Hello and welcome to Blake's Pai Sho Academy. I'm Blake, and today I'll be teaching you how to play Vagabond Pai Sho. There are timestamps for when I explain different parts of the game for your convenience. Let's begin. First is the board. This is the board here. It will be oriented for you like this, where the long edge of one of the central triangles is flat and facing you. The large red and white triangles do not have any significance in Vagabond. The four small red triangles do. The small triangles have a point in them, which are called temples. In Vagabond Pai Sho, play is done on the intersections of the lines, and not the empty spaces. Moving on from the board, there are the game pieces or tiles for each player. Each player has their own tile set, and a tile set in a standard game of Vagabond consists of one white lotus tile, one dragon tile, one fire lily tile, two chrysanthemum tiles, two sky bison tiles, two badgermole tiles, and two wheel tiles. As a note for the tiles, sometimes with certain tile sets the wheels will be called koi tiles and look different, but they will have the same function. Vagabond Pai Sho is a turn-based game, and on your turn you may either deploy a tile from your reserve onto the board, or move one of your tiles already on the board. The objective of Vagabond Pai Sho is to capture your opponent's white lotus tile. Now let's go over each of the tiles. First is the white lotus tile. It can move one space along the lines from point to point diagonally, and can be deployed on any open point that is not a temple, and it is a flower tile. Next is the sky bison tile. The sky bison can be deployed on an open point in any temple, nowhere else on the board. It moves up to 6 spaces along the lines diagonally, and the sky bison can capture tiles belonging to the opponent, with the exception of the chrysanthemum tile. And if the sky bison tile is adjacent to a chrysanthemum tile of the opponent's, it cannot move and is trapped. Adjacent in Vagabond means one of these 4 spaces around a tile that is connected by a line. The sky bison also cannot move through any of these adjacent spaces of an opponent's chrysanthemum. When a sky bison is outside of a temple on the board and not trapped by chrysanthemum, it has a territory that opponent's sky bisons are not able to move into. This zone is the sky bison's movement range, as you can see here. The next tile is the wheel tile. This tile can be deployed on any open point of the board that is not a temple, and can move any number of spaces up, right, down, or left, orthogonally, not diagonally, as you can see here. The wheel is able to capture opponent's tiles. The chrysanthemum tile is a flower tile, and can be deployed on any open point on the board that is not a temple. It freezes opponent's sky bisons, as explained earlier in the sky bison section, and the chrysanthemum cannot move. The fire lily tile is a flower tile which cannot move, and may be deployed on any open point of the board that is not a temple. And when it is placed on the board, it enables deployment of the same player's dragon tile. The dragon tile can be deployed in a 5-space area around the same player's fire lily, as shown here, and it can move to any of these spaces in this zone when it is on the board. The dragon tile can capture opponent's tiles. The final tile is the badgermole tile. It can be deployed on any open point on the board that is not a temple, and it can move 1 space diagonally along the lines, or it can move any number of spaces to be directly adjacent to any flower tile if they lie on the same line without any tiles in between them. You can see an example of that here. Flower tiles adjacent to a badgermole belonging to the same player are protected and cannot be captured. One note about movement to discuss before I move on to the final section is that no tile can move into a temple unless doing so results in capturing a tile. Now the final thing that needs explained is how capturing works. To capture a tile in Vagabond Pai Sho, a tile must move onto the same point as another tile, and that tile is removed from the game. Now, there is extra rules about capturing and when you can capture things. If no white lotus is on the board, then no tiles can be captured. If your white lotus is on the board but not your opponent's, you are able to capture flower tiles, unless they are protected by a badgermole, of course. And finally, if both players have their white lotus on the board, then all tiles can be captured, except for flower tiles protected by a badgermole. And that's all you need to know to play a full game of Vagabond Pai Sho. The game ends when someone's white lotus is captured, both players agree to a draw, or a player resigns. Now I will be showing a quick example game, which if you do not need, then feel free to stop watching here. Okay guys, this will be the example game. Let's just get right into it. First of all, I'll be planting a sky bison here. Like this. Okay. Now I'll do a sky bison here. I'll move this bison here. And I want to move this one out, but as you can see here, its movement is restricted because of this bison's territory. So I'll move here. Now let's place a wheel here, and let's place a chrysanthemum tile here, Now, there's a few things you'll see. First of all, the sky bison cannot move. It is trapped by this chrysanthemum. This wheel cannot capture the sky bison yet because both of the players' white lotuses are not on the board. Let's place our white lotus. Now you can see the sky bison can move freely because this bison is trapped by the chrysanthemum. They will be placing a wheel here. Now it is white's turn. They'll place a sky bison here. Now you can see here the host sky bison in this temple does not have any territory because it has not left yet, so this guest bison is free to move how it wants. You'll also notice this wheel is unable to capture host white lotus. That is because that the guest does not have their white lotus placed yet. Now guest will be placing a chrysanthemum right here. Now you'll be able to see that host is able to capture this chrysanthemum because they do have their white lotus placed on the board. Now it is guest's turn. They will be placing a lotus right here. Now it is host's turn. They are actually able to capture this guest's white lotus, but I'm just going to show you this. Usually this guest's wheel would be able to capture this lotus because they have their own lotus placed, but they cannot because this badgermole is protecting it. Now the guest has their white lotus placed. Both white lotuses are on the board, so all tiles can be captured if they're not protected. So this bison is actually able to capture this sky bison, even though usually tiles are not able to move into temples. This is the exception of when tiles can move into temples. Now you can see here if I move this badgermole, this wheel is now able to capture this white lotus, but instead they're going to be placing a fire lily here. You'll see that this badgermole has this extra movement option to move directly adjacent to this fire tile because there is no tiles in between them and they were on the same line. Now it is guest's turn. They are able to place their dragon, and as you can see here, it goes in this 5 space area around the fire lily. It can go anywhere here. You'll see it's host's turn. They do not have their fire lily placed, so they cannot place their dragon tile anywhere. They're gonna protect their white lotus tile. And now it is guest's turn. And you can see this dragon can move anywhere in this 5 space area around the fire lily. And I believe that's pretty much everything that I want to show in this example game. Vagabond is not too complicated of a variant. And you can see here, guest can win just by capturing host's white lotus. And that is it. So thank you all for watching. I hope this was helpful for you and you are able to play Vagabond Pai Sho now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.